Hey y'all, I'm Carrie.
I'm Mama.
And this is Monsters. This episode contains topics and language that may not be suitable for all listeners, and topics that may be triggering to some. Listener discretion is advised. Okay, so this episode's late. This was supposed to kick off everybody's weekend. We're going to kick it off with a globe-spanning episode, but I had a migraine for 2 days. It wouldn't go away. So unfortunately,
We're just going to kick off your week.
Right, exactly. You're going to get 2 in 1. You're going to get this episode from Friday and then your normal Monday episode. So you still got all your same episodes. Sorry, guys. I'm seeing a doctor. Hopefully, we'll get it figured out. Get on the right medication regimen to get my headaches under control. For now, it just kind of is what it is. Hopefully, that'll be soon, though. Because they're killing me.
If not, I might.
Right. Okay.
As the title says, tonight we're taking you to 4 lakes that hold more water in their depths. Carrie and I will rotate. Each of us will take 2 lakes, and together we'll ferry you from Nevada's sun-baked shorelines to the frozen cliffs of Siberia. From the storm-churned expansion of the Great Lakes to the shifting wetlands of China. These aren't just any lakes. Excuse me if I butcher these words. Lake Baikal contains a fifth of the world's fresh water. Lake Superior holds more water than all the Great Lakes combined. Ho Yang Lake surface area can change by over 1,000 square miles, swallowing and revealing landscapes with seasons. So without further ado, let's go.
It's that time when night feels longer, the air bites a little sharper, and the surface of any lake seems to keep a secret. Water remembers things. It remembers towns swallowed by rising tides, ships that never made it home, lost lives, and whispered bargains. Around some lakes, that memory gathers into stories. Ghosts, strange lights, sudden fogs, and vanished people. Stories that refuse to be simple coincidence.
This episode will lean into those stories. We'll trace the real histories, drownings, shipwrecks, construction tragedies, vanished villages, and the folklore that grew out of them. You'll hear accounts of unexplained lights beneath the surface, phantom footsteps along the abandoned streets, sudden storms that come from nowhere, and voices carried across the ice. Some of the tales are ancient, passed down by local communities. Others are new, recorded by divers, park rangers, and visitors who swear they felt something watchful in the waves.
A quick word before we begin. These stories are for listening and imaging only. Lakes are dangerous, from cold shock to hidden debris to unpredictable weather. And we don't encourage trespassing, reckless exploration, or trying to prove anything supernatural in any of these unsafe conditions. You have to respect the water, respect the local warnings, and then let the stories live in your mind where they do their best haunting.
If you're ready, step carefully to the water's edge with us. First stop, Lake Mead, where submerged towns, dam workers, and darker secrets wait to be revealed.
So beneath the calm, blue waters of Lake Mead, an entire town waits to be discovered. But it's not the only secret rising from its depths. Our first stop in today's episode is America's largest man-made reservoir, stretching across Nevada and Arizona. On the surface, it's an impressive expansion of calm, deep water, a shining blue against the harsh desert landscape. But beneath that placid surface lies a history as deep and turbulent as the lake itself. a story of human ambition, tragedy, and the secrets that people try and often fail to bury. Lake Mead was born in the 1930s when the Colorado River was dammed in Black Canyon. Entire towns, roadways, and even cemeteries were swallowed by those rising waters. Among them was the town of St. Thomas, Nevada, founded in 1865. The residents were forced to abandon it, and by June of 1938, the last resident, Hugh Lord, rode away as the waters closed in on his home, leaving behind a town frozen beneath the waves. For decades, St. Thomas and other submerged sites lay hidden. But in recent years, Lake Mead has seen a shrink dramatically in its water levels due to prolonged drought. And as those waters recede, history begins to resurface. The ruins of St. Thomas now stand exposed, a haunting reminder of lives displaced and histories swallowed whole. Isn't that crazy?
You know, I've been to Lake Mead, I don't know how many times.
Mm-hmm. And now that the water levels are dropping, you're beginning
Seeing all
to
this.
see houses.
That's creepy.
Right? No, thank you.
I'm good.
Good.
I'll stay at the casinos.
And it's not just one single town that this is going on with. The lake also hides the lost city of Pueblo Grande, ancient settlements of early Puebloan people. Locals believe the spirits of these early inhabitants still linger there, and there are whispers that the receding waters occasionally reveal their ancient ruins, a fleeting glimpse into the history even deeper than St. Thomas.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
No, thank you. My luck, there'd be a skeleton hanging out the window. I ain't got nobody.
I can't with you.
Movie reference, by the way.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Construction of the Hoover Dam was no less perilous. Nearly 100 workers lost their lives, and some locals believe that the spirits of these men never left, wandering the lake's edge or hiding in the exposed tunnels and ruins, silently watching those who dare to explore.
That's because they're pissed off they got cemented. They got cement bodies.
I can't. You're so stupid.
Am I wrong?
That's whenever Daxton would be waka waka.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, we need to get through this.
We're only like 12 minutes in.
I know. That's what scares me. Oh.
Okay. So it's an old, grim urban legend that some of the workers who fell into the concrete during the dam's construction were never recovered.
I told you.
And I know that's what made it even funnier to me. Their bodies were sealed forever within the massive structure itself. So inside the Hoover Dam, there are dead people, literally. What?
Somebody can go up on the dam and go, I see dead people.
Dude,
Maybe I'm not the one you should have done this one with.
you're too much.
Oh.
Okay. Lake Mead's depths also hold modern history as well. So on July 21st of 1948, a U.S. Army Force Services B-29 Super Fortress.
That's a big ass plane.
Yep. Was forced to make a water landing on the lake.
I didn't think Lake Mead was that big.
Lake Mead is huge.
Well, them planes are huge.
I know. So remarkably, all 5 crew members survived.
What?
But the bomber plane sank to the bottom of the lake.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. Today, the wreck is protected as a historic site. But divers have reported an eerie stillness around it. Shadows moving in the water, metallic groans echoing through the depths. A chilling reminder of the lake's layered history. These shrinking waters have also revealed other relics as well. A sunken World War II landing craft, multiple wrecked boats, and a host of historical debris that collectively act as a macabre time capsule.
That's just creepy.
Right? There's so much under Lake Mead. It's insane. So the history and the tragedy of Lake Mead has given rise to countless legends.
No wonder the fishing sucks.
Calling dead people.
Hey,
Anyway.
they gotta eat too.
Okay. So each of these countless legends that have risen is more chilling than the last. So visitors have claimed to hear faint footsteps along the old streets of St. Thomas, children laughing, or even the distant ringing of a school bell. Sounds that vanish when you turn to look. Shadowy figures are said to move along the shoreline, human shapes that disappear when approached. Boaters and fishermen tell their own eerie tales, ripples forming in perfectly calm water, disturbances that follow the shape of a person, or inexplicable cold patches in mid-lake. So in the middle of the lake, it's just all of a sudden cold. Then there are the lights. Floating orbs or flickering lanterns that appear above or just under the water surface.
Kind of cool to see.
Right. That would be really neat. They slowly drift towards shore, only to vanish when you get close to them. The lake is notoriously deadly, with its history of drownings and accidents giving it a reputation that far surpasses its scenic beauty. Whether fact or legend, the combination of revealed remains and the lake's long shadowed history lends it an air of foreboding. At Lake Mead, no matter the hour, the past is never quiet. It is haunted not by one spirit or one era, but by layers of them. Ancient people, settlers, dam workers, and even modern victims coexisting in a spectral palimpsest, a history that refuses to remain hidden. So now, before we dive into the next lake, let's take a quick moment to look at the other side of these hauntings. This one isn't about folklore or ancient spirits, but something far more recent and much more chilling: an unsolved crime.
Ooh.
As far as the water receded in historic low, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to flop my words around. As the water receded to historic lows in 2022, the lake began giving up its darker secrets. On May 1st, a barrel was discovered partially buried in the mud at Hemingway Harbor. Inside, authorities found a man's skeleton, dressed in clothing from the late 1970s. His cause of death? A single gunshot wound. His identity, to this day, still remains a mystery.
Damn. Well, hell, it's been over 50 years.
Right. So the discoveries went beyond this one single crime as well. At least 5 sets of human remains have surfaced. And they all surfaced within those few weeks following the discovery of the man in the barrel.
They ain't gonna be putting bodies in there no more.
No, the water's going to be gone. Okay, so some, like a man who drowned in a boating accident decades ago, were identified. At one point, they couldn't find them. Now they were able to finally bring closure to their families. But others, like the man in the barrel, remain Jane and John Doe's. Their stories forever lost to the depths of Lake Mead. So these gruesome discoveries reignited speculation about Las Vegas's mob activity in the mid-20th century.
Yeah, watch that. Those guys, they'll give you cement shoes and make you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be sleeping with the fishes.
So for years, there have been whispers that the lake's hidden coves were once used to dispose of bodies, with secrets swallowed by the deep water and silty bottoms. Sorry. I inserted an A there for some reason in my head. There's not an A there in the script, but in my head, for some reason, I saw an A. Don't know what. So, was the man in the barrel a forgotten victim of a mob hit? A secret the desert couldn't hold forever? We don't have the answers just yet, but the case is a chilling reminder of the very real and very human tragedies that haunt these seemingly placid waters. So now, Mama is going to take us from the dry heat of Nevada to somewhere much colder, and she's going to tell us about the spirits of Siberia.
I'm gonna quit starting to ship the boys to Siberia. Lake Baikal.
Baikal.
Baikal, excuse me.
Yep, I looked it up. That's how I know.
Okay, thank you. Close your eyes and imagine the sound of ice cracking on a Siberian lake. But it's not the sound of ice. It's the echoes of forgotten army, forever marching beneath your feet. Our next stop is Lake Baikal, the world's oldest and deepest freshwater lake, nestled in the remote Siberian wilderness of Russia. Spanning over 600 kilometers in length and plunging to the depths of over 1,600 meters, Baikal is more like a lake. It's a living, breathing entity, ancient, enigmatic.
Enigmatic.
Thank you. Its sheer size and depth creates a sense of awe, and its perfectly clear, cold waters hide secrets that perhaps best left undisturbed. Formed some 25 million years ago, Baikal is a geological marvel. I can say that word, but I couldn't say the other one. Its surface in winter transforms into a vast glassy expansion of ice, so clear you can see the lake bed far below. But despite the pristine appearance, the lake has long inspired myths and ghost stories. Local folklore portrays Baikal as a sentient being,
Sentient.
thank you, a great spirit that gives to those who respect and punishes who take too much. Indigenous Buryat shamans historically performed rituals along its shores, and their ancient traditions warned that those who disrespect the lake risk mysterious fortunes or even a watery disappearance.
Oh.
But the lake's hauntings aren't just folklore, they're tied to real history. During the brutal Russian Civil War, thousands of soldiers and civilians of the White Army and their families attempted to cross the frozen lake as they fled advancing Red Army forces in what became known as the Great Siberian Ice March. Caught in a brutal blizzard and unforgiving cold, many froze to death, their bodies perfectly preserved by the extreme cold. To this day, the lake is said to be haunted by their ghosts, and locals speak of phantom figures moving silently across the ice. A spectral army forever marching on our icy tomb. Divers have reported an eerie sense of being watched while exploring the depths, and some even claim to have seen faces or fleeting figures in the frigid water. I don't think so.
Right. No, I'm good.
The lake's unique acoustic properties can carry sounds for miles across the ice. And in the dead of winter, some say you can hear the faint echoing shouts of command and the chilling cries of children carried on the wind. Sounds that vanish as soon as you look. And beyond that, Baikal is home to a phenomena that baffle scientists and thrill paranormal investigators. One of the most persistent is the Baikal dizzy. It's a bizarre luminous orb that has been sighted since the 19th century. Eyewitnesses describe it as a pulsating light, sometimes described as a lantern, that hovers just above the surface of the water, drawing boats and planes toward it before disappearing. The lake also has a reputation for swallowing planes and helicopters that crash in its vicinity, with some even vanishing completely without a trace.
Sounds like the Bermuda Triangle.
No kidding. In an even more chilling and bizarre account from the Soviet era, a story tells of a team of military divers in the 1980s who were exploring the lake's depths. They reportedly encountered a strange non-human entities, 9-foot tall, silver-clad humanoids. I'm out of there.
Right.
Moving through the water without any diving gear. When a commander allegedly ordered their capture, the creatures are said to have retaliated with a mysterious force that violently sent the divers hurtling to the surface, resulting in severe decompression sickness and for some death.
The fuck is it, King Triton? What the hell?
Right?
Like an
This chilling
Aquaman is what it is.
This chilling tale, though officially unconfirmed, adds a terrifying, almost alien layer to the lake's already deep mysteries. Fishermen tell of strange, inexplicable phenomena, voices echoing across the ice during winter, lights dancing beneath the waves at night, sudden whirlpools appearing without warning. I ain't swimming there.
No.
I ain't fishing there
Stay
either.
out of Siberia.
I ain't sending the boys there no more.
We'll ship them to Timbuktu.
There we go. There are also stories of the Baikal tunneler, a mysterious entity said to create tunnels of ice in the frozen lake. The Burak people believe it is to be a massive spirit of the ice that can cause fissures to open up underfoot. And for centuries, a legend has persisted about the Baikal serpent. Oh, hell no! A large dragon-like creature with a thick hide and gaping maw that hunts in the deepest parts of the lake. It is said to only emerge in the most violent of storms, its shadows passing under the waves, and its voice a deep, guttural roar that can be heard for miles. I'm done. I ain't going to that lake. It's off my bucket list.
Thank you.
Travelers and adventurers often report an almost palpable sense of being observed, a feeling that the lake remembers every event that occurred. Many have described seeing phantom figures along the shoreline, shadowy shapes moving among the trees, only to vanish when approached. Even to those who chose to admire the lake from a distance, speak of an unsettling feeling, as if its icy depths hold a silent, watchful presence.
Ugh.
Even today, Bacal's waters seem to have a memory, a presence that persists in the whispers of the wind and the flicker of lights under the water. Standing on the shore, it's impossible not to feel that this lake is alive, ancient, and vigilant. A place where the natural and the supernatural merge into something both beautiful and terrifying. Now, before we dive into the next lake, let's take a quick moment to look at the other side of the hauntings. We told you the legends, but many of the phenomena we've described have been observed by scientists. The strange lights of Baikal, for instance, could be a unique form of bioluminescence.
You can say that, but not the other.
N-
Don't
from
you
its
say that?
many undiscovered species. The chilling cold we talked about in the Great Lakes is a fact of nature. Their depths remain just above frozen year round,
Mhm.
meaning hypothermia can set in within minutes. And that unnerving feeling of being watched, our own brains can create that illusion in vast isolated spaces.
Yeah.
The magnetic anomalies report that Ho Young Lake, did I go too far? No, apparently not. Which can cause instruments to fail, are a documented fact, adding a very real and terrifying layer of danger to the legends. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the line between science and supernatural is just a matter of perspective. Now, speaking of which, Carrie, your next lake is just as deadly on its own. Can you tell us about Lake Superior?
Okay. So, have you ever felt the kind of fear that comes from a storm so powerful that it can swallow a freighter whole?
I ain't going there either.
Because on Lake Superior, that's just a regular autumn Tuesday.
Well, we won't go there on Tuesdays, will we?
So, our next stop is the largest of the Great Lakes, straddling the border between the United States and Canada. Known for its stunning beauty and rugged shorelines, it is also infamous for the number of ships that have met their end in its depths. Superior alone has earned a reputation as the most dangerous of the Great Lakes. The storms here are legendary. Late autumn, in particular, brings conditions that sailors dread: towering waves that can exceed 30 feet high, and winds reaching near hurricane force. The Ojibwe, I don't know if that's right, people who have lived along these shores for centuries called it the Gichi Gumi, or the Great Sea, and warned
So
travelers.
that's where that face Gumi came from. You have to be my age to know.
Okay, I don't know what. Never heard that in my life. So they also warned travelers of its mood, its storms, and its spirits. For generations, they spoke of water beings and lake guardians, stories that shaped both reverence and fear. Lake Superior's history is inseparable from the people who risked its waters. From birch bark canoes to the massive steel ore freighters, the lake has always been a vital artery of commerce. But with that importance came danger: hidden reefs, rocky shoals, sudden ice, and storms that have claimed countless lives. Whole crews vanished without leaving so much as a message in a bottle, swallowed by the black water of Lake Superior. This lake has long been a source of folklore and ghost stories. Many shipwrecks are said to be haunted by the spirits of those lost, replaying their final moments over and over. Fishermen, divers, and sailors report hearing the ringing of bells from ships that have long gone, ghostly cries over the wind, and lights appearing above the water where no vessel exists. So, literal ghost ships.
I'm good.
Right. I don't know. Might be kind of cool to see a ghost ship if it stays out there.
Might let that sucker come after me. Come on now. Go
To sail on
heifer.
the water, that would be awesome.
They go heifer.
Like the
Snatch.
Flying Dutchman and SpongeBob, like that type of ghost ship.
No, I know what you're talking
That
about.
would be so
But
cool.
that would be my luck, though. It'd reach out and snatch my ass.
Like a Dutchman does with SpongeBob and Patrick. It just reaches down and sorry guys, my kids love SpongeBob.
I hate
That would be great. You just reach down and just pick you up by the back of your sweater. You're coming with me.
I would so shit my pants. I'd have
Hilarious.
hard. I'd be dead before it got me the shit.
I don't know if I would want to scream because you were taken, or if I would want to laugh because it'd be so fun.
Thank you, Carrie. I love you too.
You're welcome.
Yeah, feel the love in here.
Oh, okay. So one of the most persistent legends is that of ghost ships. We just said. So in dense fog or during storms, witnesses claim to see full rugged sailing ships or freighters moving silently across the waves. These apparitions vanish as quickly as they appear.
That would be kind of cool, though.
Right?
I've hung around you too long.
So legends like the SS Bannockburn, known as the Flying Dutchman of the Great Lakes, has persisted for over a century. But the most famous of these ghost ship stories is that of the SS Edmund Fitzgerald.
I've heard about that one.
This one sank during a brutal storm in 1975, taking all 29 crew members with it. To this day, sailors and locals all report seeing its ghostly form on the horizon, and some claim to hear its spectral bell tolling from beneath the waves, a haunting tribute to its lost crew. That's insane.
Yeah, it is.
So certain areas, particularly around Whitefish Point and the Apostle Islands, are known for persistent paranormal activity. Sailors and visitors describe sudden cold drifts, unexplained fog, and the sensation of being watched while exploring wreck sites. Divers report disorientation near sunken vessels, odd pressure changes, and fleeting figures moving in their peripheral vision. No, thank you. So some legends extend beyond those wrecks themselves. Locals speak of the wailing winds, which carry the voices of lost sailors across the water, and phantom lantern lights that bob along shorelines as if the crew are still searching for safe harbor. Kind of sad,
It is kind of sad.
but it'd be really cool to see. Like just a lantern just floating along the shore. That'd be kind of cool.
It's either a ghost or I've had too much to drink.
So even the lighthouses that dot the treacherous shoreline are said to be haunted, with ghost stories of ghostly keepers who remain at their posts, still guiding ships through the perilous waters. For generations, these tales have served both as warnings and as acknowledgments of the lake's deep, mysterious pull on human imagination. So, Lake Superior is breathtaking, but it is also deadly. Its depths remain just above freezing year round, and hypothermia can set in within minutes. Hundreds of shipwrecks lie beneath the waves, and many are uncharted, posing dangers to divers and smaller vessels. The lake's sheer scale is overwhelming, and the knowledge of its haunted reputation amplifies that stress, turning a simple trip into a life threatening situation.
No, I'm good.
Right. I don't want to go swim at a lake and then have.
Well, one, you'd freeze to death if you
Oh,
went
yeah,
swimming.
that's true. That's true.
I wouldn't want to go fishing.
No, because
I'd be afraid what I'd catch.
right. That's what I was going to say. I'd probably pull up a fucking skeleton or some shit. Anyway, so Lake Superior endures in the imagination because it embodies both beauty and terror. It is vast enough to feel like an ocean, deep enough to swallow the largest ships, and stormy enough to rival the fiercest seas. Its waters hold centuries of history, and the shipwrecks beneath its surface, perfectly preserved in the icy depths, feel like frozen moments in time. And layered atop that history and the danger are the ghost stories. Phantom ships in the mist, bells tolling from beneath the waves, sailors' voices on the wind. These tales keep the memory of the lost alive, blending tragedy and folklore into a single haunting narrative. It's an inland sea that holds onto its secrets, its dead, and its legends, nearly fully surrendering them to time. The sheer power of the Great Lakes is terrifying. But for your last lake today, it is known for swallowing entire villages. So, tell us about Po Yang Lake. Po Yang.
Oh, yang.
Po Yang.
Yeah, but there's some words in here I'm going to really butcher.
Probably.
Don't let the size of China's largest freshwater lake fool you. Poyang Lake has a section locals call the Triangle of Death,
Oh,
where boats and people vanish without a trace. Our next stop is in Jiang's Providence. I apologize now. At
words
its
are hard.
fullest, at its fullest, it's a sprawling network of wetlands and marshes that seem to stretch to infinity. The lake's waters rise and fall dramatically with the seasons, and this constant transformation lends the lake an air of impertinence, a feeling that the landscape itself is alive, shifting, and unpredictable.
Oh.
But among locals, one section of the lake is feared above all others. Located near the city of Duchang, it has been ominously named the Triangle of Death. This area is home to a treacherous series of underwater sandbars and currents known as the Lushan Barrier that have claimed countless lives and ships over centuries. These currents are said to be more than just natural forces. They are a relentless pulling force that seems to actively seek out and swallow vessels.
Words are hard, guys.
They are. Fishermen have vanished without warning during routine trips, often on calm days when the waters appear deceptively placid. See, I had that word too. The most famous incident occurred in 1945 when a Japanese steamship, the Zaizen, sank in an area without any apparent cause, along with 200 sailors. No
Thanks.
debris or bodies were ever recovered. Witnesses on a nearby boat reported hearing the sudden loud clang of bells as if the ship's bells were ringing a final desperate alarm before the boat was pulled under in the blink of an eye.
It's like the Chinese Bermuda Triangle.
Right? The folklore here is rich and multifaceted. Stories of water spirits and vengeful ghosts abound, often tied to a specific island or submerged villages. Many believe that a massive unseen water creature, a powerful river dragon, perhaps even the Dragon King himself, is responsible for the disappearances, guarding the lake and its secrets with that insatiable hunger.
Water dragon. Ooh.
Yeah, I know, right? Legends say that he calls out to sailors in a low rumble, that sound, and that the sound of bells is the final warning before he pulls them into the depths.
Oh, maybe not. I was like, "Oh, cool, water dragon." Maybe not cool.
I don't think this kind of dragon Dax wants to play with. The legends are
That
the
is
legend
not Nessie, okay?
the legends even describe an invisible force, a sort of tunneler that can cause the ground beneath the boats to suddenly collapse, dragging them into the lake's muddy bottom.
What is up with creatures wanting to make tunnels under the water?
I don't know. Maybe it's their thing, man. And it is in the deepest bogs that the lake's phantom history is said to appear. Boaters navigating the murky waters have reported seeing ghost ships, faint ethereal vessels, gliding silently through the mist. These spectral ships are often described as older wooden sailing vessels with rotting sails or the rusted frame of a steamship.
So, old as fuck.
Older than grandma.
Yeah. Older than grandpa. The wooden ships like that?
Yeah, I think they are older than dad.
Mhm.
I don't know. Well, dad would have been 90 this year.
Right. That'd have been older than him. That's like pirate days right there.
Thank you very much. I wonder if we're related to any of them. Yeah, I gotta find my word. Where was
Sorry.
I? What was that mean? These spectral ships are often described as older wooden sailing vessels with rotting sails or the rusted frame of a steamship, filled with the shadowy forms of lost sailors, their faces blurred by the mist. These ghostly apparitions vanish as quickly as they appear, leaving witnesses disoriented and terrified. It is said that they are the lost sailors forever trapped in the fog, searching for a shore they can never reach.
That's kinda sad.
That is, didn't get, you know,
Right?
say goodbye or
They
nothing.
don't get to bury them or
Not talk about burial at sea. Shit.
right, that's sad.
No, thank you.
I don't want you to haunt me, but that's still sad.
I know, right? Scientists have offered theories to explain these disappearances. Some suggest that the magnetic anomaly that affects compasses and electronic equipment can be the cause of navigational failures. This has been reported by countless ships, and in some cases, the instruments on board have even been said to malfunction completely, leaving captains stranded and at the mercy of the water. But for many, the scientific explanations are not enough to account for the countless lives lost in a place that feels so much like a living, breathing graveyard. That's really creepy.
Right?
Poyang Lake also captivates because of its seasonal unpredictability. In flood season, it swells into a vast expanse swallowing landmarks and disorienting travelers. During the dry season, previously submerged villages and sandbars reemerge, revealing traces of the past as if the ghosts were rising from the depths.
That's kinda cool.
Yeah. This cycle of concealment and revelation imbues the lake with a dynamic, almost sentient quality, keeping its history and legends visible to those who pay attention. Ultimately, Poyang Lake lingers in the imagination because it represents the intersection of natural power, human vulnerability, and the enduring weight of a legend. Its vast waters, hidden dangers, and haunting stories inspire awe and caution alike. It is a place where the natural and supernatural meet, where the landscape preserves both history and mystery, and where the line between reality and legend is blurred. From treacherous currents to vengeful spirits, a lake that swallows entire villages reminds us that the most beautiful places can be the deadliest. This is a place where legends and reality collide in a terrifying whirlpool of myth and science. Now, Carrie, it's time for you to bring us home.
All right. So, as we step back from the water's edge, it's hard to not feel the weight of the stories that we've explored. From the submerged streets of Lake Mead to the storm lashed shipwrecks of Lake Superior, and from the ancient spirits of Lake Baikal to the ghost towns of Poyang Lake. These rivers remind us that beauty and danger often flow together. There are places where history, legend, and the unknown converge, where the past refuses to stay buried and the present sometimes feels haunted. Each lake carries its own spirit, its own memories. Some haunt through tragedy, drowned towns, lost sailors, or vanishing travelers, while others haunt through mystery, unexplained phenomenon, or the lingering sense of something unseen watching from the depths. And while some stories may be folklore, others are eyewitness accounts and chilling experiences that continue to unsettle locals and explorers alike. The lakes we visited today are more than just bodies of water. They are mirrors of our of our Jesus Christ. They are mirrors to our fascination with the unknown, spaces where human curiosity meets natural peril and where imagination meets the inexplicable. They are spaces where our own fears of the unknown, of what lies beneath the surface, both in nature and in ourselves, find a physical form. The ghostly ships, the silent figures, the unexplained sounds. They are, in a way, a projection of our own unease about the world's vast, untamed places. So, of course, these stories are not just entertainment. They're a reminder to respect these powerful natural places, from treacherous currents and sudden storms to icy expanses and submerged hazards. The lakes command caution and awareness, and for those who dare to explore, the psychological weight of isolation, scale, and the unknown can be just as challenging as the physical risks. So even if you've never set foot on their shores, these haunted lakes linger in our imaginations. They remind us that the natural world holds secrets that we may never fully understand, and that some mysteries are meant to be observed from a safe distance. Yet the lure remains. Those whispers from beneath the surface, the faint lights in the fog, and the stories that refuse to fade, all beckon the curious and the brave. So that brings us to the end of our first volume of Haunted Lakes. We hope that our journey across these mysterious waters left you with some chills, some curiosity, and a healthy respect for the stories that linger just beneath that surface. But don't worry, this is not the last you have heard of haunted lakes. We will be back for another round of these eerie, chilling waters and their unexplained phenomenon in a future episode. So if you enjoyed the adventure today, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss these episodes. Rate us, leave us a review. That support helps us keep the stories alive, spooky, and new people find us. If you want to connect with us, you can find our Facebook and email in the description. As always, we love to hear from you, whether it's your own experiences, theories, suggestions for either haunted tales, true crime cases, or whatever, really. You can send it to those two places. We will be back this Friday with another tale. This one I feel is pretty less known. So you got this week's Monday episode. This is your extra from last week. And then Friday is going to go with the episode that you just got today. It's much less known. So make sure you come back on Friday for that one, because it's a good one. So until next time, till Friday, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember that some waters are best to be admired from a distance, or maybe not at all. And last but not least, we hope you keep listening and remember to
Watch out for monsters.
and don't kill people. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.